Howdy cowdies. Yeah, it's that time of the week again. Been busy. Heaps of stuff to sell this week. Some cool stuff as well. Nice Eastern silver jewellery. Nice little glitzy necklace, bracelet and earring set. Some more sort of glitzy costume deco jewellery and stuff. Cool old banknotes and coins. These are nice. The old RKA Radio Seven Dwarfs postcards. They're pretty cool. Pair of cowboy spurs. Giddy up. What else have we got? Yeah, a few nice little bits in the jewellery cabinet. Alright, collection of old cigarette cards framed up as one that are pretty cool. They're not reprints, they're actually original ones. Footy jumper, Collingwood footy jumper there, signed by, I think it looks to be like a 2006 Collingwood team. I think Scott Burns is on there, I think Nathan Buckley's on there. There's some other blokes on there. Brett Tuckey, sort of vaguely remember that guy. Nice little sort of retro table there with a cool sort of shape to it. Little butter churn. Some nice little mirrors and prints. Here's cool, the sort of retro red table we've put with some other retro sort of household stuff. Little mixmaster, the record rack, some cool colourful aprons. Yeah, so we've got big boxes full of CDs. A lot of pretty sort of china and stuff. The two shelves there, all English stuff. Some cool clothes. A nice old Fletcher Jones pea coat. Really nice little double-breasted gents thing. Pretty cool, it's like a town crier's coat with a sort of cape that comes off. So we've got a really cool old Speedo shirt, gents knitwear, houndstooth, pearl snap shirts, Wrangler and some others, polyester and some as new ladies stuff, Ralph Lauren and other labels, some cool vintage ladies clothes in that box as well, and some other nice stuff down the bottom there, including a Peter Yago hat. What else have we got? Ephemera and gear, books, tins, some good Tascam stereo gear, some old games, some of them have been re-shrink wrapped, more CDs, records and china, some cool kids toys and stuff in here and in the box. Yes, we got, this is an old Sinclair computer or something like that, and we've got an old Apple computer as well with all the stuff to go with it, boxes of books, pretty china. These are nice, the Mr. Individual ladies hats there, Melbourne sort of designer, Milner, probably about 1960, give or take, a little mink fur on them. So we got china, glass, more CDs, some comics and sort of kid stuff and footy cards, more CDs, occasional furniture. Little hall stand, little Indonesian one, but it's kind of quite nice. Big box of old sort of die-cast soldiers and stuff. There's a couple of ladies in there riding side saddle, which are a bit unusual. There's one of them there she is. Pretty cool sort of industrial pigeonhole unit. Milk canister, goes with some other stuff. More boxes of pretty china and hardware and door stuff. This is a nice big lot of artist supplies, Winsor & Newton paints. More kids toys, records, more CDs. A long rider skateboard, which were around for about 2 years before a bunch of kids maimed themselves severely and they got taken off the market. Pretty cool thing though. These are cool, the old Chevy hubcaps, nice to see a set of 4 of them. The little book on Denali is a cool little thing. Some nice little Whitman's authorised TV books. Leisure Hour, 1853. A little lot of Australian sort of history books, Footscray, Yay, etc. Musical instruments, guitars and lap drums and xylophones. Nice little outdoor scene there, needs a little bit of work on the slats. Sewing machines. It's nice, this little clock just needs a little bit of work, but it's a nice case. I like the fact that someone's painted it green. Records. Box, this is pretty cool, the Edison cylinder phonograph there, he's a ripper. Got the horn and everything on it, there's a box of cylinders and gear to go with it as well. Little 1970s little wall mountable sort of barrel shaped bars, pretty cool. I like this little 1950s little fold up table. It's great with a little shelf off to the side there and all the legs fold up flat like an ironing board sort of thing. Another nice butter churn. Pretty china and stuff. Kids toys. Peter Rabbit stuff. Nice big lot of Australian and other pottery. Another nice lot of retro pottery and stuff. Carnival glass, green glass. What else have we got? Books and ephemera. Australian pottery, Coca-Cola gear. Good little pictures this week actually. What have we got? nice. Little oil painting there from Alinda. I think it's Richard Golder, somebody like that. Yep, Richard Golder. This is another one of his. It's a portrait of William Ricketts. Really quite a nice little thing, well painted. Little George Bell school piece there, little modernist thing. Little Eastern or Indian sort of watercolour and gouache is a lovely bit actually. Really quite nice. And this is a good little thing. Rob Den Rondon is his name, little Australian naive painter. This is a great little example of his work. Nice little thing. What else we got? Little bits of occasional furniture and stuff. A couple of guitars. Sign written Winfield sign. Costume jewellery, pretty china and records. Green Ghost Games, pretty cool in a big box. There you go, some box die casts. Kids toys, tyre ashtrays. Some china and stuff and blokey gear. A lot of oriental stuff. These are kind of pretty cool. Little pair of salt and pepper shakers. And they've got little sort of mustard pots on the inside of them as well with their spoons in there. Collection of glassware. There she is. The cocktail shaker's fantastic. Jim Beam decanters. I think Aaron's got his eye on them. Some more nice records. Some whiskey jugs and whiskey stuff. Good little lot of cameras. Coke bottles, green glass. These are cool. A full set of Matchbox mint box lockups. I kind of remember them from when I was a kid. Little key goes underneath the bottom of it and you can open and close the doors and stuff. Cool things. More china, pubinalia, big Ellis lamp, turf cigarette, sign written signs, pretty cool. Another bar sign, golden fleece drum we put with a cool old leather hat. And it's got little wooden shelves, quite nice actually. And a sign written courage sign, some more Coke bottles, show bags, good records. Sort of 80s pottery. Little pair of the cat salt and peppers are cute. The nice airline bags. These are pretty cool as well. The steel cannons in their little mint boxed die casts again. Little World War I RAF chamber pot. Nice pair of modern Wedgwood cabinet plates. Early little military water bottle. Records. Bugs Bunny. Harley Davidson. And Elvis. So we got some nice little group. Look with the Coalport figure. She's AF, Wedgwood. Compact and some other nice little bits. A lot of Japanese stuff down the bottom there. Footy cards, old games, pretty cool. More handwritten, sign written signs, the Jim Beam Avenue, a little bit of Silvax nice. Great little 50s light shade there with the ballerina. Big lot of Meccano. Pubinalia. Somebody, she's bloody running away. Playing with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck talking things. What else have we got in here? Some green glass. We've got some more nice bits of Miles Johnson glass. The yellow vase over the back is a bit of his. The green one in the corner is his. A couple of little bits of New Zealand Koru glass, which are quite nice. Mickey Mouse phone's pretty cool at the top there. I think that's going to be the What's It Worth for this week. And it's near some nice little 1930s Mickey Mouse dishes. Decanters, Silvac. And two more nice Miles Johnson light shades down the bottom there. And a bit of Miles Johnson glass. Chapara style bronze. The Tiger's bag's cool. Nice bit of art glass. Another bit of Miles Johnson glass, the orange one. Remude, Gouda, Carnival glass. Nice little collection of sort of 70s glass there with the unusual sort of bulges and a bit of Villeroy and Bock to go with them in a deco style. Brownie Downing little wall parks. Cute. There's a chip out of the back unfortunately. Some Miles Johnson paperweights. Fantastic king-size deck of pin-up girl cards. Great little Panasonic wrist radio. He's fantastic as well. A little mellophone, which is an early synthesizer. Little piano-shaped one. It's got the stylus on top to go with it. Some uranium glass that glows under a UV light. And some nice stuff up the top shelf again. Miles Johnson vase with a white banding around it. Murano, Carnival, White Friars. Another bit of Miles Johnson in the corner. Fantastic Diana, retro Diana vase. And this is a beautiful old sort of circa 1900, 1920 gramophone extension speaker or something like that. It's got the original tapestry screen on the front, all the wooden frame and everything's in great condition. Really nice thing. Anyway, hopefully you saw something you liked. Don't really care if you did or if you didn't. We'll see you on Thursday night.